from Government College of Technology, Multan. Today I have a host ChatGPT on the topic of the art of storytelling, how to captivate and inspire others. ChatGPT is AI tool and very inspiring us. Uh, Hello ChatGPT, how are you?
Walaikum assalam, Amir Hamza. I'm doing great. Thank you. It's awesome to be here and chat about the art of storytelling. I'm excited to dive in and share some insights. Let's get started.
What does storytelling means to you, and why do you think it has such a strong impact on people?
That's a great question. To me, storytelling is really about weaving experiences, emotions, and ideas into a narrative that resonates with people. It has a powerful impact because it engages both the heart and the mind, making information more relatable and memorable. It can inspire, teach, and even bring people together by sharing common experiences and perspectives.
Can you remember a story that inspired you in your life? What made that story powerful or memorable?
Absolutely. One story that really stands out to me is the tale of the starfish thrower, where a person throws starfish back into the ocean one by one, even though they can't save them all. They make a difference for each one they help. What makes it powerful is the message of hope and the idea that even small actions can have a meaningful impact. It's memorable because it's simple yet deeply meaningful.
In your opinion, what are the key elements that make a story truly captivating for the audience?
I'd say a few key elements really stand out. First, relatable characters who have depth and authenticity. Second, a compelling conflict or challenge that keeps the audience engaged. Third, emotional resonance, so the story connects on a personal level. And finally, a strong narrative arc with a clear beginning, middle, and end, which gives the story structure and purpose. All of these elements together help make a story truly captivating.
How do emotions play a role in storytelling, and why are emotional stories remembered longer?
Emotions are at the heart of storytelling because they help create a genuine connection between the story and the audience. When we feel something, whether it's joy, sadness, fear, or hope, we're more likely to remember the story because it touches us on a deeper level. Emotional stories also create stronger memories by engaging multiple senses and making the experience more vivid. That emotional resonance helps the story linger in our mind for much longer.
What real life experience of your do you think could inspire others if shared as a story?
That's a really interesting question. I think one example could be the journey of overcoming challenges in the field of technology and education, like navigating the hurdles of modernizing a machine shop lab or integrating AI into teaching. Sharing those experiences, both the successes and the setbacks, can inspire others to persevere, innovate, and embrace learning. It's all about making those real life moments relatable and meaningful to others.
I think real life experience is very informative to audience and inspire others very well. Could you? What's your opinion about that?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Real life experiences have that genuine authenticity that really resonates with people. They allow others to see the human side of challenges and successes, making the message more relatable and inspiring. It helps to build the connection and often motivates others to take action or persevere in their own journeys. It's definitely a powerful tool in storytelling.
What challenges do you face when trying to tell a story, and how do you think you can overcome them?
That's a great point. One common challenge is making sure the story is relatable and engaging for the audience, especially if it's a complex or technical topic. Another challenge is keeping the audience's attention and maintaining a good narrative flow. To overcome these, it helps to know your audience well, keep the message clear and concise, and use vivid, relatable examples or metaphors. Also, practicing storytelling techniques like building suspense or focusing on strong character development can really help as well.
How important is structure in a story? Do you prefer stories that follow a clear beginning, middle, and end, or something more natural and free flowing?
Structure definitely plays a crucial role because it helps guide the audience through the narrative and keeps things coherent and engaging. A clear beginning, middle, and end usually make the story easier to follow and more satisfying. That said, there's definitely room for more free flowing or experimental styles, especially hit fits the purpose or the tone of the story. I think it really depends on the context and the audience's preferences. Ultimately, a balance of structure and creativity can make for a really compelling story.
How can teachers use storytelling to make lesson more effective, engaging, and relatable for students?
Teachers can really harness storytelling by weaving concepts and lessons into narratives that students can relate to. For example, using real life examples, anecdotes, or even fictional scenarios can make abstract concepts more tangible. It also helps to create a narrative arc that builds curiosity and keeps students engaged. Another effective approach is using storytelling to frame problems or case studies, making lessons more interactive and memorable. Ultimately, storytelling can spark imagination and foster a deeper understanding of the material.
How case studies relate to the story in teaching style?
Case studies are essentially real world applications of concepts, and they naturally lend themselves to storytelling. They provide a narrative that shows how theoretical knowledge is applied in practical scenarios, making the learning more engaging and relevant. When students see how a concept plays out in a real situation, it helps them understand the implications and nuances better. Plus, case studies often include characters, challenges, and outcomes, which naturally creates a story like flow. This approach not only helps in understanding the material, but also develops critical thinking and problem solving skills.
Oh, very good. If we teach only a book or we manage the subject with the story type, which type of prefer lectures do you have?
I think blending both approaches can be really powerful. Traditional book based teaching provides a solid foundation of theoretical knowledge, which is essential, but integrating storytelling into lessons can really bring the concepts to life and make them more memorable and engaging. Ultimately, a balanced approach that uses storytelling to complement the textbook can cater to different learning styles and keep students more engaged and motivated.
What type of stories do you enjoy the most? Personal stories, success stories, motivational stories, fictional stories, or real world stories, and why?
I really enjoy a mix, but if I had to pick, I'd say I'm drawn to real world and motivational stories the most. Real world stories give that authentic insight into how concepts play out in everyday life, and they can be super inspiring. Motivational stories, on the other hand, help fuel that drive and optimism, pushing people to overcome challenges. And personal stories really connect on that human level, making experiences relatable and heartfelt. So it's definitely a blend, but those are my top favorites.
How can storytelling build stronger relationship between teachers and students in the classroom?
Storytelling really helps create a sense of connection and empathy. When teachers share personal anecdotes or relatable stories, it humanizes them and makes them more approachable, which in turn encourages students to open up and engage more. It also fosters trust in a positive classroom environment. Plus, when students see real world applications of what they're learning, it helps them understand the relevance and importance of the material, making them more motivated and engaged overall. Storytelling really strengthens that bond and creates a more dynamic and supportive learning atmosphere.
Yes, storytelling is a very effective technique to the students and guiding and close the students easily. What suggestion do you have to teachers and students about storytelling?
Absolutely. For teachers, I'd suggest weaving in stories that are authentic, relatable, and aligned with the lesson objectives. It's also helpful to encourage students to share their own stories, which can foster deeper connection and engagement. For students, I'd recommend being open to the narratives presented and even trying to incorporate storytelling into their own learning process. It's all about making the material more engaging and memorable. The key is to keep it interactive and relatable for everyone involved.
Thank you very much for giving us a precious time. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome. It was my pleasure. Take care and Allah Hafiz. Feel free to reach out anytime. Have a great day.